think you have to adjust with the rest of your heroes in the draft.
4 Pirates, as we say, a team where we've got a few players we don't really know what to expect from them. So maybe we'll get some exciting picks. First pick, it's not an exciting one. It's just the good old Pangolier coming through.
Yep, nothing too surprising there. Still, this hero still keeps being first phase, even though he gets changed over and over and over again.
Yeah, it is pretty ridiculous. Just like how this hero seems to always be a staple. Just the fundamentals of his toolkit does seem that even if you're turning down numbers here and there, nerfs are coming in. It still feels so good to have. Still have to have a little bit of flexibility as well with the position that you can run him in. And I guess at the end of the day, just a good rolling thunder, shield crashes in the team fights. It just always feels good. You never feel bad having a Pango on the team, and there's always moves that you can make. The cooldowns are so nice.
Yeah, what is sniper ban? That's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Sniper?
Maybe, is there a sniper specialist on 4 Pirates?
I don't imagine it's got to be this mid, right? Natty Narwhal.
Actually, I don't know.
Was it some sort of like support sniper that they're cooking up on 4 Pirates that these guys know about?
I played support sniper the other day, actually. It's a great success. It's a great,
okay,
yeah, I was owning.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was sniper itself or it's just how the game turned out, but it has some potential. It's like the new way of scouting is pretty cool. The fact that you can click on your take aim and pretty much see like 3,000 range into the future, I was about to say, is pretty cool.
Well, let's see. I mean, this is at least going to show the VP. They've definitely done their homework on 4 Pirates. Or all these guys have been playing. Well, that could be BM, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna crush these guys. We'll just ban some random stuff. Let's have a look here.
So what could you combo with this Naga Siren? It's usually what we've seen in the past. Obviously, Enigma, Disruptor comes to mind, perhaps. I think another thing that's good we might see this game is Shadow Fiend. Another thing is Lina. So it's more not necessarily you combo so big with the song, but you have a very strong lane with it. And I mean, obviously, you have a song into Requiem potential as well with the SF. But those are some of the combos we've seen with the Naga.
Let's see a VP. I wonder in response to this, the Shaman comes out for 4 Pirates. VP, they're going to get themselves in the Doom.
Yeah, they are. Wonder if we're going to see the carry Doom again, like we saw last game.
I think they could, yeah.
It does seem very strong. I think I like it, the carry Doom a little bit more than the offlane Doom right now.
Yeah, I think so as well. It just feels like with the offlane Doom, if things don't go too great elsewhere in the team, it feels like you kind of got this offlaner that just wants to hit creeps, get this. It still wants to play greedy. But you get a Rubik coming into play. Always fun to see. Not a support really that'll all the teams are willing to kind of slap out right now. But VP, they're not afraid.
Yeah, I think the Rubik has seen a bit of play into the Shaman actually, just because stealing. It's very easy to get the Shackle, it's very easy to potentially get the Hex as well, right? Which is very good strong spells. Basically all the spells you steal, even Ether Shock is also a very strong spell on Rubik, right? With the extra amp and cast range and stuff like this, then you have a lot of damage suddenly coming out of your +4. So I think this is part of the reason why we see this hero come back a little bit.
Alright, quick picks here. They get the Tusk and the Bristle.
Yeah, Bristleback.
Drow range.
A Drow coming in, so it is going to be Doom elsewhere. Won't be the carry this time. They're going to get the carry Drow in for V-Tune.
That's a good Drow game, right? And so no matter what you're playing against on the offlane, at least of what you see right now, you're going to be very happy. I think there's also, you have some ways of getting on top of Drow with Tusk and Pangolier early on, but I think as the game progresses, those become ineffective. You also don't have that much damage to actually take down the Drow, I think, so it looks very strong. Now the question becomes, does the Drow pick make your own draft, weaker, or like lack synergy perhaps. And I'm not sure. I think actually it looks not so bad. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how 4Pirates choose to deal with this Drow Ranger here. It looks like a very good game for it.
Last spam from VP. Likely looking to target the carry potential. Unless they think that Bristol's going to be safe lane.
I think they don't really care if Bristol goes offlane into Drow Ranger, then he just has such a bad game that the hero becomes more or less useless. They also don't mind the Pangolier going offlane, so I think they're probably going to expect the Bristol to be carry, Pangolier to be mid, right? And then them trying to pick another offlaner, but can they then win the game with this type of draft, right? With the Bristleback carry and stuff? It seems very snowbally at that point.
VP, what other offlaners do they not want to have deal, have their Drow deal with in the lane?
I was thinking about Enigma, but then you're picking Enigma into the Rubik, right? That doesn't always feel that great either.
Yeah, so the Eidolon pressure's nice, but yeah, finding a black hole this game would be pretty tough. They'll mix it up. They'll also ban out a carry just in case. The Pirates are still considering getting something different for their safe lane and putting either the Bristol or the Pango top. VP. So if they do want to get the mid, I mean, I've seen some teams in the past run the Doom mid.
I guess I hear like Magnus is in the pool. Just decent versus Drow, right? The fact that you can, get her out of position, skewer her back into your team. There's also a hero like Lycan that we could potentially see in this game.
In the spirit.
4 Pirates.
Oh yeah, Lycan would be kind of hype actually. I think you'd hit really good timings with that lineup. Trying to just overrun the Drow team.
True. I mean, if you're picking the Bristleback, if you're putting Bristleback on carry, then you probably have to adjust your entire lineup around that idea, right?
Ooh.
So that you hit the same timing.
Could you not just get a Beastmaster in for your offlane? Or is that
Maybe.
not? How's the lane against the Drow? Is it not great?
I think it has the potential to be really bad, but I think I could see the Beastmaster being okay as well. I just think the offlane Beastmaster is a little bit, it's very fragile.
Oh,
okay. So
we're getting a Clinks coming in. Alrighty, yeah, Klink's coming in the last out. I don't know if that was something the VP was going to be expecting coming out from 4Pirates, but they carry Klink's here as that last pick. I mean, what do you make of that? Do you like this, that they've settled with having the Bristle on the offlane and getting Otacare on the carry, this Klinks?
I kind of like that more just because we kind of went into the rabbit hole now of what can they pick in the offlane. But if you think about it, putting Bristleback carry here into the Doom Rubik lane doesn't feel good either. So you might as well just put the Bristleback offlane with the green facet, right? And try to get as much as you can. Pull some waves, maybe get the Vanguard up early. And then instead pick a hero that maybe has the potential to snowball the lane against the Klinks. Also as a... You are the underdogs, right? So you might as well bust out something that's a little harder to play against in general to make the opposite. So I kind of like it. It also synergizes as well with the Tusk if they are to put that in the safe lane as a 5, right? So I think the Klinks pick makes a lot of sense. Is it gonna work though? Not sure. What do you think?
I mean, in terms of sort of catch for the Klinks, I mean, they have got ways of getting in the face of him, and I feel like it's always going to be difficult when there is sort of this song set up, just to allow the positioning to surround the Klinks and deal with him, because he's going to be such a huge amount of their scaling damage output, right? So if the Klinks can be dealt with in these fights, it will fall apart. And I don't know if necessarily the timing for the Klinks going to be fast enough to sort of enable this sort of maybe snowball potential that you want to against this Drow lineup and Drow Doom lineup. Can he play fast enough, do you think?
I mean, they do have a lot of catch between their supports. So this Invis hasted Klinks running around the map, right? Setting up kills for his team. I think it has the potential, but I don't even know what do you buy on Klinks? Is it still just like the Maelstrom type of build? With like Falcon Blade and stuff like this? Or is it something else?
I think we've it used to be like because you just rush the Bloodthorn, right? You can go some sort of walking blood, just, and then you can sort of sneak around the map, look to open up these opportunities. But I think it's definitely still a hero that there's people have experimented different things. We're rushing different things with. For sure, whether you still want to go for just like the Deso build up, just go for the full damage, the Deso into Daedalus, and just try and shred through heroes.
I do think the Clinks is a bit underrated. As I remember seeing, I think the main player who's actually been experimenting with the Clinks has been Yatoro.
Oh boy.
In recent tournaments, at least. And it looks pretty strong. So I'm kind of excited to see this hero.
Exquisite. Exquisite.
Let's see what Otaka can do with this.
Exquisite.
So we'll be set up. See if either team wants to go for the sort of smoke play here to start things.
Yeah.
Imagine VPs will probably be more on the defensive. I think level 1, 4 Pirates could definitely do that a little bit more aggressively.
Seems kind of rare nowadays that you actually get something out of level 1, like have a fight or somebody gets caught first blood. Like, it doesn't happen as much anymore. I think it's kind of a big mistake, I think, if you let the enemy get first blood before the runes spawn.
Yeah, it does feel far too risky. So indeed, just the 2 for 2 coming into play.
Oh, look at what the Drow has been doing in top lane.
You're in deep now.
He's been cutting out all the trees here, getting more vision, right? So he can position himself against the shaman, get more right clicks in with the Quelling Blades. I think that's a kind of that's something you see every game.
Yeah, definitely going to make it a bit more difficult for your arrow to play the lane. It's going to be one of those lanes as well that after you've got kind of like level 3 on the Drow, they can definitely look to get aggressive against this off-lane duo and try and bully the Bristol. So we'll see how much of a pre-farm Vichu can find here. Up on the top. As down on the bottom. And Clinks, can these two pressure the Clinks? Like, how solid is a Clinks laning stage nowadays?
I think Clinks is a very strong laner. The times I've played against it, I've been surprised how much damage this hero deals, even early on. Of course, he can also get caught out from a lift. Some level 3 timing from Doom Rubik can net a kill, but I would expect the Tusk Clinks to be ahead in this lane.
Top lane Rain was just able to walk up and take out Ariel's courier. Did have Ariel's Sentry and Mango on. Mid lane. Oh, it's going to be down bottom. That's the first blood. Not what you want to be seeing if you're VP there. 4 Pirates getting first blood for their carry.
Actually, like we talked about the carry Doom being good because you don't have this situation where you get put in the off lane and have a rough lane, right? This could be one of those times where the Doom struggles a lot to come back into this game, especially laning up against a lane like Tusk Clinks, right? You might just, if you start going back, you might just keep dying over and over. You can't really do anything when Tusk gets on top of you.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, that with the tag team, the Clinks' damage coming in, it's a lot for a Doom in the early levels. So, Otaka. And CS, of course, has definitely been slowed down. They try and look towards Pedanic. I have to be careful. Any sort of chance that Pedanic gets to turn set up for Otaka to bring the damage in could warrant them more kills here on the safe lane for 4 Pirates.
Pedantic.
Is it?
Yeah. The 4 in Russian is like CH sound.
That makes sense. Because I looked up the pronunciation of the bristleback, because that's Mr. Morale.
Yep,
We got that one.
That's good. That would have been hard otherwise. I think another thing to note is the Facet Shaman. The Shaman Facet's choice this game could have been an argument for the Chicken Fingers, right? Playing into Naga, killing off the illusions with one hit. But he does choose the massive Serpent Ward, which I think is kind of underrated.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy now with, I think it was the most recent patch, the one before it, where I got the buff.
Yeah. Yep.
Top lane. Keeping the pressure on him. We're already starting to see, V-Tune able to get some damage in onto Mr. Morale on the Bristle. Keeping him, making sure he's not constantly at full HP. And CS for V-Tune stays super solid. 17 last hits for the 3 at the moment. Having a bit of an easy time with the CS. We'll see bottom lane. Going to try and lead in here with the snowball on towards Antares. The tag team and the right clicks flying through. Needs one more. They've got him. Tower bombs there. Again, the 2 of them. The Klink's Tusk lane showing how successful the offensive potential is from these 2 early on.
He does get the ice armor though, which is a big win, I think, for the Doom. It makes a very big difference, but I mean, is it enough though?
Telekinesis come in and yeah, that'll be enough to save him. And not easy. In terms of regen, he's still got a tango left here on Dahak and does have a salve. But as you can see on the CS, he is not getting a lot out of the lane at all. Only 10 CS so far here. Top, look at the reel in onto Ariel. See, yeah, Mr. Morale's going to head over, start to force back the Drow, so V-Tune can't continue to chase. But he doesn't want to continue to chase anyway. Wants to get back to the creeps, being pushed in under the tower. Continue to stay up top there with the CS. Here is this Drow.
So far, so good for the Bristleback, though. I think he's closing in on that Vanguard. I've seen this matchup be absolutely devastating for the Bristleback to the point where, you know, after 3 minutes, he can't come up anymore into the lane. But this is looking a lot different, and actually, he's leading the CS charge for Radiant. So I think, you know, should definitely be happy about that. I think once the Vanguard comes online, it gets a bit more annoying to get rid of him.
Yeah, definitely unlikely that V-Tune will be able to bully him out the lane on his own once the Vanguard's online. So it could be continued. Pretty solid farm for the Bristle, and not really any kind of clear combos that can kind of bring down the Bristle early. It's not going to be the easiest hero to rotate into. In the mid lane, Lorenoff did get bullied kind of out of the lane, so has to take this walk back to base. Hasn't quite hit the 6 yet either, so no quick chance to jump in and out of the lane. And meanwhile, whereas obviously on the side, 4Pirates, Natty Narwhal, he's got the 6. He's got that Rolling Thunder ready to play with. So VP definitely got to be careful around the mid. And there's a little bit of a period before they have 6 on their own mid laner. A bit of rotation coming in. Ariel. Down chick. Seeing what they can find around the high ground. They've got eyes on Dahak. They would love to try and set up for Ottika to get another opportunity to tackle the Doom. Dahak's got to be careful. Might feel a little too overconfident here with the ice armor. Steps up. Supports, can they find the angle to get in on this? They're going to try. Throw down the blood grenade. Is there going to be any backup coming in for Dahak? As they lock him down with the shackles, no TPs are coming in, so VP, they're just going to let their offlaner fall.
Yeah, and this is right before the 7-minute wisdom is spawning, right? You do have the Naga rotating around the Bristleback, but there's a Vanguard on him. It's going to be very hard for him to get rid of him. The real Indo, oh my god.
See, at the same time, the pressure down bottom. Now, Antares is trying to sort of draw their attention away, but it is going to mean that the wisdom's there for them. But as you say on the other side, Rain able to make sure they get the trade.
Oh, he reeled in the Bristleback onto the cliff. That's what happened.
Did he? Yeah, because we were watching. We were watching down bottom. Yeah.
Oh my god, they would have lost 2 wisdoms, but they reeled in.
Watching down bottom. They're going to lose to Huck again. Comes back into the lane. He's having a rough one now, Misery. This Doom is... we see the tips being thrown out his way as well. They know that Dahak is not having an easy start to this game.
Yeah, that's very rough. Demon lost his tower. He's queuing up the Midas. It's oh, this is the type of Doom game that we talked about earlier. The one where he's gonna be more or less of a burden for a long time in this game.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of expectation on, I guess, the supports and the mid laner. But even the mid laner at Lorenoff, he's got just as much from this lane as the Pango, but still a little behind on the XP. And National's had a good start here. Good shots. Pedantic was able to catch in Rhine. That's going to be a kill here for the two of them. He's done a lot down on the bottom lane, Pedantic, and now with these moves over towards the mid, setting up for National as well. So some great early game here from the Tusk.
Yeah, I think VP is going to be in a lot of under a lot of pressure the next 10 minutes or so, right? They have this Doom who's struggling. They also have this Naga Siren who doesn't really offer much damage like we talked about, or any real impact at this phase of the game. Meanwhile, on the other side, you have the Tusk who's ready, the Vanguard on the Bristleback, Klings is online, right? They pretty much have 5 online heroes who are ready to brawl, ready to run at VP right now. And I can't help but think that you might end up, like we talked about the first pick Naga, right? And I was mentioning how... Oh.
Sorry, did nearly die, but yeah, okay, yeah, with the Naga.
Yes, to finish my point there with the Naga, it's like, when you pick this hero early, it's you can end up in these scenarios where your draft doesn't really have much synergy. It's something that seems to be a pattern with this hero in general. I think maybe VP fell into that trap a little bit in this game too, because who's really gonna play with each other in this game, right? Ember doesn't really have any natural heroes to play with here, outside maybe the Rubik, right? You don't have a good save from the Drow, you don't have really clear timing, so I think it's gonna be an uphill battle to play this game for VP from here on out. Mid tower under pressure here. They do have a level 6 on Rubik very early. I mean, somewhat early, which is gonna help a lot fighting back and dealing with this mid-wave pressure. Meanwhile, on the other side, you have a level 5 and 4 Shaman, so... That might save VP the next few minutes, the fact that the supports are a little bit under-leveled.
Because you think VP, will they put a lot of effort into trying to hold this tier 1 mid?
I mean, it's not necessarily a lot of effort, but considering there's no level 6 on Shaman, right, that makes it more difficult for 4Pirates to actually commit to taking this tower. And you gotta be careful you don't run in and give away a bunch of kills, right, where you overextend. I do think 4Pirates have the upper hand in the fighting right now.
Artica. Oh, comes in just in time there, because Dahak was considering dropping the Doom down onto Artica. Still going to try and push forward. They'll get the Doom onto the Tusk, so Tusk will fall. But Artica remains safe. So VP at least getting their first kill.
Yeah. That was pretty good. The fact that they are choosing to fight back around this mid lane is very good. I also think it's very detrimental to 4Pirates, what could you say, ability to speed up this game, that Shaman is only level 4. Like, would they be able to take this down, this mid tower, around this 10-11 minute mark right now? They could potentially snowball this game fairly hot with the Fuser Blade timing, the Klings running around, the map just opening up, being much bigger, right? But the way the game is slowing down right now is definitely going to be benefiting VP, at least in the short term.
Now let's try and find some of the XP here around the mid aerial. Catch himself back up.
Bot lane, Boom, sniffing it out there. On the hunt with Klings and Tusk.
And that's clearing this little bit of a stack. That will give him the defusal online now for the Pangolier. So extra bit of potential here in these early skirmishes that 4Pirates have been looking for.
We do see the Klings item build as well, being queued up. It's a Dragonlance into the Desolator.
I like it, yeah. The full damage, and it's going to do great for them on the pushes as well, and the objective taking in general. Can get a good timing on this Deso. No, good amount of minus armor. That's between him and the nasal goo from Mr. Morale on the bristle when they turn up to fight together.
Lucky shot. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a lot actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
These heroes will die pretty quickly. Yeah, and the tag team on top of that as well. It's a whole lot of physical.
Looks like there's gonna be a ball around mid lane. They finally come around to take this tower. Tusk is going in here.
No, Podanchi's gone straight in. Got the backup of the Rolling Thunder coming in as they look towards Antares. They got the space to finish up the tower. Won't be able to quite lock down any of VP, so no chance to go for a kill, but they get the objective 12 minutes in.
Yep.
They're ready.
They do still have the Mass Serpent Ward as well available. Looking to smoke up right away here.
Well, Podanchi might be able to get the setup on this if he wants to. Doesn't want to try. Okay, doesn't want to go that deep there. Doesn't have nothing from what lies behind. They're going to try for the Roche.
All right.
With the Serpent Ward. Straight into the pit they go. This might be pretty heads up. I don't know if VP's going to expect this.
No, I don't think they are. I mean, even as Klinks is showing bot lane too, he's not even gonna help with this Roche. So this is very unexpected.
Yeah, absolutely. They're coming in with the smoke now, but I think it's just going to be a smoke towards the Klinks anyway. It's not like they're going to be going towards this Roshan. So just really abusing the power of this Serpent Ward early on and getting a Roshan that I think is going to caught VP by surprise.
It's a very cool move. Also, if you consider the, let's just see what plays out here on the Wisdom.
Yeah, can they get there in time? It's 5 seconds. Okay. Might be a little too hard to enter into this area. Yeah, they're going to be careful about this 4 Pirates. They know VP's likely set up.
Right, so the implication of that really early Roshan, right? If you look at the... Is there something going to happen again here? Nice shards.
Those good shots. And Sentry's at the ready. They're in with the punch. That's going to be a dead Rubik. And now with the Rolling Thunder over towards Dahak, they can get him as well. Shackles are there for the lockdown. I mean, this Tusk here, Podanchi.
Wow, yeah.
He's making the plays happen this game. Shards after shards. And he's ready for them.
Sure. Very nice. The point I was making is that 4Pirates draft is very snowbally type of draft that has very strong timings early on. And when you kill that Roshan so early, like 14-minute Rosh, it's gonna add the second Roshan much earlier, right? Which is exactly where the 4Pirates draft really comes together and wants to potentially start going high ground. All right, with the flag. So I think that could end up being a very big deal here in this game, that the second Roshan comes much earlier. But I will see if that is going to have impact.
Yeah, because for 4Pirates, how much do you think they wish to try and achieve here with this Aegis timing on the Panga? How much they want to be pushing for, or they find sort of sitting back and just keeping the game where it is so that Otter can get this Deso timing?
I think they definitely want to own like 60 to 70% of the map. I think they definitely want to run in and take over the enemy jungle like we see them doing right now. I think they were just waiting for whoever it was to heal up. But they're all ready to fight, and they definitely need to be aggressive here.
Look at the Hex. They've got the Shackles as well, but the song is there. We'll give a chance for Lorinov to jump out of the fight. Do they want to try and fight this? I don't think so. I think VP's going to need to run. They do turn. They've brought Featuring in, so we'll be able to turn and take down at least Podanchik. But they won't be getting any more. So at least they're able to make sure nobody goes down, and they do find 1 kill from that.
Yeah, I mean, that was for sure nice for VP. Good use of the song early on. It's not that often that you get to use the spell that effectively at this phase of the game, I would say. So, but this was a nice time where he was at the right place at the right time. Poking onto the Pangolin here.
Oh, the gust. Not quite there. Just on the edge.
I think also Klinks is not exactly online just yet. He did go for that Dragon Lance, which means that he doesn't have as much damage as she would like. Wait, he also bought the shot, actually.
Yeah, it goes super early this game, yeah?
Burning Barrage. Okay, that's the old spell he used to have. Flipping.
I mean, they've got the catch. So let me get out with the Remnant, but the Rolling Thunder's there. They've caught him. He's out of mana. He's not going to be able to jump away. The Hex comes in from Aerial. That's Lorinoff gone. They can turn Fine Rain as well.
Lorinoff has a Blade Mail. Oh god, this game is not looking good for VP now.
It's looking rough.
Yeah, the tier 2 going down bottom as well. Another factor of Clinks being so strong at taking down towers early on. The fact that you have a Blade Mail and Ember as well means that he's queuing up Lincolns. What is the role of this hero in this game? You can hope that you press Blade Mail and everyone's focusing you. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, it's rough because for the most part, as well in the mid, sure he's always like a little bit behind that of the Pango, like in levels, but he wasn't like getting dumpstered in the mid or anything, Lorinoff. But now, as those last few minutes have gone on, and now with the build that he's going down, it's going to be a very hard game for the Ember. It's going to leave a lot for VTune to try and carry this game on the Drow.
For sure. I mean, all their hopes should be in Drow this game, because I don't think their draft has really any synergy, and maybe that's also why the Ember is buying the items that he is, because like, what is he really gonna buy? What kind of timings can he play around? He could try to go Maelstrom and just try to rat and get back the game out, but the way the game has been going, that doesn't seem like it's realistic at all. So I do think that the next few minutes, next 5-10 minutes is gonna be very hard for VP to hold. We have a Deso up on the Clinks now as well. I feel like 4Pirates can start threatening high ground already.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, the push is pretty insane here between the Clinks and the Shaman.
He might get caught here.
He's got to be so careful.
Shaman wasn't in range for that one.
They're going to go for the smoke. Whoever they catch, unless they saw the Naga Siren around with the song, saving whoever gets jumped by the Shaman.
Speaking of song, he just misclicked it, I think, on top lane. So he won't have that for a couple of minutes now.
Did they see that? Or was it?
I don't know.
That's kind of rough.
Yeah. They ping on the Doom here. Can he find a spot to TP in? Ah, the ogres.
They got him.
Yeah.
Throwing out the tips as well. They know that Dahak is struggling this game. 1-5-1, whereas meanwhile, Otakar on the safe lane Clinks. 5-0-3. He's had a perfect game so far. BP getting shaken up. A bit of an upset, as I said, coming into this series with. This was one of the favorites. And here in this game 1 against 4Pirates, who came through the open qualifiers, it's not looking great for them.
No, for sure. The question now becomes, can they close out the game? Right? That's usually something that maybe the more experienced teams are more used to having to deal with, or whatever you want to say. But Naga's just gonna die there.
Yeah. Easy kills with this damage now of the Clinks. But indeed, that is the case. And we have seen VP, of course, recently make some pretty big comebacks when they do get far behind. So definitely still not off the table here for VP.
I don't know if this game looks... You have a Midas on Doom, you have Blade Mail, and an ultimate orb on Ember Spirit. So much dead network. I want to go in the Bristol.
It's a good snowball. It's going to give him a few moments of safety, and it should be enough to get out of this. Yeah, Bristol's going to be perfectly fine. They can maybe look to get back in on this. I'm not going to get him this time. Dahak able to slip away. But that was your effort to try and make a go with the Doom.
Yep. I mean, that doesn't bode well as well when you caught somebody there and he... I mean, it looks like he would, be close to dying from a goal like that, but he just scratches it off completely. Also having a lot of items on this bristleback. I'm not even sure that VP's lineup outscale the 4Pirates either.
Oh, especially not if their Drow's going down and V-Tune's just been caught out behind the tier 2. That's going to be the tier 2 under threat as well.
Oh, by the way, Roshan is alive already. The second Roshan, right? Now you could just go high ground because you have a wave and Drow's dead. So that's what they're gonna do here. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, why not? There's literally nothing VP can do. I think they don't have Doom. So Drow's dead. They have no items.
Now, how do you stop this push? How do you get anywhere close to this Serpent Ward?
They have no spells. I just think their draft offers them no real way of coming back into this game.
Definitely feels like it. This top racks under threat. VP, what can they do? Backdoor protection will kick back in, and the next creep wave follows up, and it's back off. And yeah, this is going to be that top set. He was being taken down. The Serpent Ward should be able to finish that off on his own, and he will. It's the full set taken out at 23 minutes in. As 4Pirates can pull back, and as you said, they've got a lot of options. They can keep the push going, or they can look to try and settle and get that early second Roche.
But I mean, VP is not going to let that happen, right? They know that if they just sit back and do nothing, 4Pirates is going to get Roche, and then they're going to come knocking at the base once again. So they're going to try to do a smoke here. But it's sort of read by 4Pirates, right? The way they're posturing, they're not moving to that Roshan blindly and just getting caught from this. So very aware of what's happening.
They've hit it with the scan as well, so they know that VP was coming around that Roshan area. So they're kind of reading the move pretty well. I think they know that VP's coming in from this angle. Quick blinks there in time, and now they're ready to get back in. They get the Rolling Thunder off. Great angle here for Natty Narwhal. He catches the hack and V-Tune perfectly here on the steps. What a Rolling Thunder here. The song will come out. Give them a chance to get away, but no, the snowball was there. V-Tune tried to TP out during the song, but the snowball was already casted, so it just goes off automatically at the end of the snowball and interrupts his TP attempt during the song, so V-Tune is not getting out.
He certainly isn't.
That's a rough one there for him.
You even need Roche now. I think you don't even need Roche.
No,
right? You can
just go high ground.
Get another Rex. Yeah.
A rough game here for VP. 4Pirates, they turn up. And they're smashing them. And this has got to be feeling pretty good for 4Pirates, right? Again, VP, we've seen them recently. It should be a team to be scared of, but 4Pirates, they're not scared of them at all.
No, 4Pirates showing up. I mean, this is a little bit of a shocker for VP. I don't think they expected to meet so much resistance here from in the first round against an open qualifier team, right?
Yeah, just getting completely crushed here.
They're getting mega 25 minutes.
25 minutes in.
I don't know if they can stop this. Okay, we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna go Roche. I mean, can't blame them. It also shows the fragile. Can you say fragility? Is that a word?
Yeah, the fragility, right?
The fragility of Dota nowadays, right? The fact that teams can beat each other, any team can beat anyone. It feels like it really just comes down to the draft, maybe the early execution, things like that, right?
Absolutely, yeah. 4Pirates just not letting, I guess, what VP get to play this sort of slower style, this greedier style. I mean, as you say, you're not a big fan of the offlane Doom in a few situations potentially, and we definitely saw the downside to the offlane Doom this game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of things you can touch on in doing the draft where they pick the Naga, right, and then they don't really have a good combo with the Naga. They also pick the Doom, but then there's a juicy Drow pick there against the Bristleback, so then they end up throwing the Doom off lane, and suddenly nothing really makes sense in as a whole. I don't know if they feel that was the reasoning to why they lost, but it certainly looks like that from where I'm standing, that this was a very hard game from the very beginning, just for that reason. Look at Lincoln Sphere on Ember, second item.
So maybe he'll live, but what's he gonna do?
Yeah. another blade mail on Doom. It's also like desperate territory, right? Hoping that the blade mail's gonna...
And they just get the jump immediately. He'll get the blade mail off, but it doesn't matter. The Huck's just immediately gone. He'll come in with the buyback. And they can just chill here, 4 Pirates, and reset. And just no way of starting the fight here, VP. Archika. Not going to be able to get in there. I mean, again, they'll play it careful.
I also think there's something to be said for the... Because we talked about the Bristleback Drow matchup, right? And Drow being very good against Bristle. Not only in the lane, but also later on in the game, how you get by the Aghanims and things like that, and he can't really move. But I think there's something to be said up for the Naga. Maybe not doing enough in the lane. That Bristleback can kind of just sit there and get CS and weather the storm of the early levels. I think if for example you have an Undying Drow, for example, it's much harder for the Bristleback to get through that phase, right? Because he just keeps getting harassed by the decays. There's the 100 to 0 potential from the Tombstone as well. Go and yeah, maybe that's another bait that you can get into with the Naga. That the hero is not necessarily the strongest aggressive supports.
Maybe they can set up some crazy turnaround with the song on the high ground. Okay. Unlikely, but maybe.
Unlikely. Okay, so what needs to go right for VP to win a fight? Maybe they can song the initial goal, right? Maybe they can kill the
just
Banker
go out of the base
with the Drow.
Yeah.
Doom him. Drow clicks him down. He takes out. Maybe they can still isolate supports off of that and take the fight in that way.
Here we go though. 4 Pirates, they're already in on them. Looking at the bags. The Song of the Siren will come out. Not really doing a whole lot. Of course, as Rolling Thunder continues through it, they look for a Doom opportunity. They will drop the Doom down onto Natty Narwhal, but the Snowball save comes into play. They'll pop the fortification, but the damage is pretty much done as they can stick around 4 Pirates, look to clean up the barracks and maybe even clean up some kills. Zotka focuses down to Hack, tears through the Doom, brings down right on the Naga Siren. They're cleaning them up. The buybacks are coming out, but it is over here for VP in this game one as GG is called. 4 Pirates, they turn up and they dumpster them.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. Well done. Nice Clinks pick too. Right, to see that this is a game to pick Clinks last pick is in itself pretty impressive, I think. Not a hero that we ever see, right? So well done by them. I think VP's gotta be a bit shocked.
Yeah.
Also see 4 Pirates very happy